Hello, hello. Recording from a different location today because we are getting ready to pack a bag. I'm getting ready to head to the US for 3 weeks. I'll be there for Thanksgiving, for my birthday, spending some time with family and doing all the things. I haven't been back in about a year and a half, so I'm excited for this trip, but the most important thing always when traveling for me is packing my carry-on so that it's a long journey, is bearable. So I'm one of the lucky people who has a little thing called restless leg syndrome where it's just like agonizing discomfort if I'm not able to stretch out my legs and go to sleep. So the key for me in managing this is to keep my mind occupied, keep myself entertained. This is like the one time in life when I'm like, I'm not allowed to get bored. Any other time, I'm like, boredom is great. I want to stare out the window of a car and like have all the thoughts. On an airplane though, I have to have options. So I'm taking you along with me now as I pack my bag for this. I'll take you through the process of what I'm thinking about what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing all the things that I'm bringing, and we'll see how much of the journey you get to come along for. I don't know if I'm going to get real shy in the airport and not record things, or if I'm going to be vlogging the whole thing. So yeah, let's get started. To start with, we have my trusty JanSport backpack that I think I've had since high school, which no, was not that recent. I'm also in the process of publishing at least 2 more books this year. One's coming out on November 19th, so by the time this is posted, it'll definitely already be out, but I also have a Christmas book coming this year. Okay, so basically here's the work-related stuff I'm bringing on the plane. I have not 1, not 2, but 3 different drafts that I'm going to be reading through and annotating with my little stickies, and I've got pens and highlighters for all of that because this is my process. I read through my draft and mark all the things that need to be fixed and then slowly go through and take all the stickies off. And yes, I did blur out all the names because I like to move in secrecy with work-related stuff. So I'll also be bringing my laptop. Of course, that goes in the carry-on. Can't risk putting that in the checked bag. I have a video to edit that if I need to kill some time in the airport, I can do that. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to bring 2 sets of headphones. I'll have the little earbuds. I'll have the big over-ear ones. It's going to depend on the glasses situation. Are we wearing contacts? Are we wearing glasses? Got to think about all the things. I do know that I will be most likely watching some movies on the plane. That's one of my very, very favorite airplane activities. And then of course there are books. So I have been filling up the Kindle app on my phone as well as the Hoopla library app. Kindle app that gets filled with. So okay, here's what I have. I've got 2 different books that are from Prime Reading from when I had a Prime trial. I'm not a Prime member, but I was like, oh, I'm going to need books for this journey. So 2 books from that. One is called A Very Bad Thing. The other one, I cannot remember. The point with the books is like, you have to be engaged. Like there's nothing worse to me than being on an airplane and starting to read a book and it just isn't grabbing you. But the time flies by when you're reading a book that is really grabbing you. So like, I have some great flight memories of reading like Stephen King's 11/22/63. Like that was a really wonderful book to be reading for the first time on an airplane. Also some of N.K. Jemison's books. What was it? 10,000. I can't remember what the book is called. It's a trilogy, the Inheritance trilogy, I believe. Oh, wonderful. The hours flew by. So I'm trying to have like a lot of options of books to read during which the hours could fly by. So I've been reading like the first chapter of a lot of different books. So I have those 2 from Prime Reading. I have from Libby, I checked out a few Kindle books as well. So I started reading Piranesi. Is that the pronunciation? I hope I will find out. Interview with a Vampire, because I'm like, let's change it up. I don't read vampire books, but let's read like the original, Anne Rice. Why not? So far, I'm enjoying that. Over on the Hoopla app, I've been listening to A Dark and Secret Magic, which I'm really enjoying. And I also have queued up the first book of the Lemony Snicket, A Series of Unfortunate Events. I never read those, so I thought, well, that would be a great option. And also Howl's Moving Castle, because I recently watched the movie and thought it was wonderful and thought, well, why not read the book? So we have lots and lots and lots of options. was going to record the follow-up, the end of that travel day a lot sooner, but here I am. It's almost a month later. That whole trip has happened. I've already flown back. I'm back in my comfy green chair, and I'm going to tell you how it all went. First of all, I seriously debated even finishing this video, just simply because momentum fell off and whatever. But as I was looking at the clips and realizing I had so much footage from the Istanbul Airport Museum, I was like, that's really cool and it's worth sharing, even if, okay, in terms of the actual travel, maybe things didn't really go as planned. Like, I didn't watch 8 movies and read 12 books and edit 3 works in progress. Instead, I got really, really restless and uncomfortable and was just like, I'm ready to be there. So not overall a great success. I will say the MVP of the travel day was the movie The Fall Guy. Excellent, highly recommend it. I will definitely rewatch that. But comparing the travel experience of that day, going to the US versus coming back 3 weeks later. 3 weeks later was a clear winner because I had 3 seats to myself and I just put up the armrests and slept. And I know that doesn't normally happen, but it was pretty great that it did that time. I needed it. But the real story here, and I guess, I don't know if my little red backpack became the main character of this story because I made such a point of showing it to you and putting it in the thumbnail and all that stuff. But yeah, through a series of unfortunate events that we don't need to get into, that backpack and the manuscripts in it ended up being the victims of a cat pee attack. So since the manuscripts were like in the process of being edited, I couldn't just like scrap them and say, oh, this stinks, let's start over again. So I've been like, I put them out in the sun, I put them in baking soda. Still, there's just a really foul cat pee smell going on there, and it's kind of unavoidable. There is a silver lining, a golden takeaway here that I am going to share with you as a little tidbit of wisdom, I guess. If you ever find yourself with like a tangible paper manuscript and you are just taking your sweet time trying to get it ready, but you just keep saying, okay, I have to go one more pass through, and you just keep going back and back and back, and you know you need to push yourself to move forward, but somehow you can't bring yourself to do it. My recommendation is just to soak it in something that smells terrible, and then you will move on. You'll be like, all right, let's be efficient, let's be quick, let's get to the point, and yeah. Anyway, it's not ideal. It is what it is. I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be over the jet lag. It was not fun. It was a real rough transition coming back because I forgot how to sleep like a normal person on this time zone. I'm happy to be back here with you, happy to be creating more videos for you. I'm really thrilled to see how many people were excited about the Jessie Q Sutanto writing retreat thing. So yeah, I'll be back again soon and have a happy day. See you next time.